Hello YouTube and welcome to EloHell Analysis Highlights. This is a short video with highlights from the support Leona game. If you're interested in watching the full game, please find the link in the description. Leona is an aggressive support, as we call an all-in support. She has good engage capabilities, but she's bad with disengaging, which means that if you make a bad call as a Leona, you can either take a lot of damage or even die, and in worst case scenario, you can bait your teammates into death. In lane, as a Leona, you want to be aggressive. You want to try to zone your enemies by gaining bush control, so save your pink wards for the bush. In this clip we can see that the Leona is too aggressive, as well as the Ashe, and they take too much damage during trades. They go low, and instead of retreating, the Leona decides to go in. She baits her ass in the fight as well, and even though the Ashe gets a kill on the Caitlyn, the Ashe dies to the Janna, resulting in a 2-for-1 exchange, already putting them behind at minute 3. Here we see another over-aggressiveness of the Leona. The Ashe decided not to recall after one team fight before, and she's low HP. The Leona decides to go in and puts the exhaust on the Caitlyn. The Janna does a good job here, and eventually the Ashe is unable to dish out damage. The Leona stays in too long, and she dies to the Janna tornado. The Ashe arrow was quite late, but Leona should have not gone in the first place. Eventually, the Caitlyn catches up with the Ashe because of superior boots, because the Ashe didn't recall earlier. So as a Leona, you really want to know where your teammates are, and even more important, where the enemy teammates are. Here we can see another example that a Lux is being engaged upon, and she's low HP and low mana. And the Leona goes in, tries to fight, but with the Nunu ultimate and the Zed, she just dies to superior damage, and the Lux isn't able to do anything. Here we can see how important warding is. The jungler made a call here of doing Dragon. It's a Nautilus, so he doesn't bring a lot of damage, so the Dragon goes down slowly with only the Leona. They only have vision of the Dragon Pit, and even though they have a pink ward, they didn't ward up ahead. So they got no clue where the enemy teammates are, they only know that the Nunu is mid. So eventually the Caitlyn catches up, and the Nautilus was already low from Dragon, and it's a free kill for the Caitlyn. The Leona here gets kited, and the rest of the team shows up, and so she dies as well in the fight, and gives the enemy team a free Dragon as well. Now as a support, it's really important to stay with your team at all times. The only time you can split with your team is when you are going to ward, and as we can see here, her team is in the middle with 4 people, and she decides to go for CS in bottom lane. She should have just stayed with her team, and as we can see, there were no wards on the map, so she should have stayed with her team and ward instead. Now, even though Leona has bad disengage capabilities, she does have good peel for her teammates. Here we can see that she's doubting what to do, and she should have CC'd to Yorick to peel off for her Ashe. Eventually she has to use her ultimate in a defensive way to save the Ashe. The Nautilus comes from the back, and the Pantheon comes in with the ultimate, and instead of going for a priority target, she decides to go for the Yorick. The Ashe is out of position once again and dies to the Zed. The Zed could have been CC'd by the Leona, or even the Caitlyn should have been CC'd by Leona. A mistake I see a lot of happening, especially in lower elo, is that support always goes warding alone. Now we can see again here that there are no wards in enemy jungle. We only see the Janna, and we have no clue where the rest of the enemy team is. As we can see, the Zed shows up, and the Leona has cannot de-ward the Baron and has to waste her flash. Now after one team fight, the Leona and the Pantheon decide to backdoor the top turret. The Janna does a good job of trying to CC them. She should have shielded the tower here, but okay. They get the tower, but Leona engages on Janna instead of running away, and the Nautilus tries to save her. The Pantheon is actually smart here by running away, because he knows they can't win that fight. Because of this, the Nautilus dies eventually as well, and because of this, the enemy team has a good chance of taking Baron without too much effort. So now the Nautilus is dead, the Ashe gets caught out, and now they only have 3 people alive, and they make another bad call of going in, trying to steal the Baron. And as you can see here, even though the enemy team goes low, they don't get Baron, they don't get any kills. The Pantheon, the Leona die in the team fight, and eventually also the Lux gets caught out. And instead of just getting Baron, the enemy team gets an additional 3 kills. so it's better to play safe. So to summarize, this Leona was too aggressive throughout the entire game. If I was Leona, I would be improving. I would really try to see where my teammates are and which state they're in, if they have health and if they have mana. And I would improve my ward coverage to know where the enemy team is. So these were the highlights of the Leona game. If you're interested in watching the full game, you can find the link in the description. Thanks for watching.